show, we did a terrible, terrible thing. A very, very racist thing. We sang a song which was, "Say It Loud, I'm white and I'm proud." Of course, it's been explained to me that white people aren't allowed to be proud because our great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents mistreated slaves. Of course, you know, my great-grandparents were from Italy, but they probably had some slaves there too. So anyway, we're going to make up for this terrible, terrible thing we did by bringing you a great spokesman who will set the record straight. So now, with great pride, Worldwide Magazine presents the one, the only, Black Jesus.
Yes, quite me, sir. Can you tell me where I can find the monkey house there?
The monkey house?
Yes.
I believe it's over that way. You'll find it just to your left. And look for the monkeys.
Okay. That's where they keep the gorillas as well, correct? And the orangutan?
Yes.
Okay.
All the species are back there.
Do they also keep Darwin's theory in there?
I don't know about that, sir, but I believe you'll find some monkeys over there.
You do know what Darwin's theory is. That's when the white man started, he progressed from a monkey to a man. You do remember Charles Darwin,
I
right?
do,
You remember, that's where you say white folks came from.
Well, I believe if you go over there and look at those gorillas, you might find that...
The white man's ancestors are correct?
Well, those gorillas, they do look like they resemble a couple of guys I knew that worked for Marcella Cab Company.
We're now in front of the American alligator nesting area.
Not to be confused with the African alligator.
The African alligator is called the crocodile, and he is much larger than this American creature y'all see here.
He's got a much badder set of skins too. His shoes are much finer.
Yeah, and the boy, he's right on top of things too. He was basking in
the American alligator looks more square to me. I definitely think the African alligator dressed better.
Where's Abe out?
Well, you can go around the corner and up the ramp.
Yeah, probably. Can you tell me where the Abe house is?
Yes, right there.
Thank you very much. Yes, here I stand in front of the St. Louis Zoo, where the lowland gorilla lies. And the vegetation around here reminds me of the tranquility of Africa, which I can envision in my mind. And then I have to go back to what we call St. Louis and North St. Louis, where many animals live and they decide to kill one another and end each other's lives with bloodshed, with the white man's weapons, which he creates to make money and for other men to kill other men. And we call ourselves civilized. I say that we are the most barbaric nation in the world. And then we go to Somalia and say that we want to rescue them from their fellow man. And we wind up killing them more than they have ever killed. And yet we call ourselves civilized. This is the most uncivilized nation in the world. A bunch of murderers, liars, and thieves, cutthroats and whores. America, your day has come. And your one world government, your one world religion shall no longer exist. For in its ending shall be a new beginning, shall be called the New Jerusalem. All right, here we stand in front of the home of the chimpanzee, the Pantroglodytes. And the mother here is caring for her young. She's feeding herself while she carries her young on her back. And there was a time when the African-American black The mother carried her children upon her back. But since they were liberated in 1963, 64, they have forgotten their young. And the fathers that they once knew, they no longer have. This is what American civilization has done to Black America. In order to get welfare back in the 1960s and 70s, the United States of America made a law which said our father could not stay in the home. And then they asked in 1993 why no fathers are in the home. Well, when you establish a pattern in America, it's very hard to break, as you so well know. For you have had slavery for over 400 years, and you still cannot break your pattern. This is what you've accomplished, America, amongst the Black African-American community in America. In every city, in every state, you have committed nothing but anarchy and hatred for man against man. Why you sit in Washington, D.C. and steal our nation and our family and children by? You who make the laws which we are supposed to live under. We see you break them constantly every day. You ask where the cocaine comes from. It comes from none other than Washington, D.C., where they make the laws in Congress and the White House. You are the distributors, but yet you send our young to jail. And when your turn comes, you find a law, or you write a law, which excuses you while you break the law. That is America. That is freedom. That is the freedom I've learned. That is the freedom that I know. And it is not freedom. It is slavery at its utmost. It's a degradation of all mankind. You see, now your white people are even committing suicide and genocide upon one another. You have your Dr. Kevorkians. You have the syphilis germ that's now reappeared in the Black community mysteriously after a 20-year absence. America, are you experimenting on my people again? As you did in 1948 in your federal penitentiary, where you gave my people syphilis and told them it was a trial drug, and you sent them out there to spread it amongst themselves in AIDS, where you really developed an army laboratory up in Washington, D.C.
See how intelligent she is? She's selecting what she should just eat there.
I mean, isn't the zoo wonderful?
Yes,
Isn't the city of St. Louis wonderful to think that there's apes living right here?
There are apes in the city of St. Louis that governs us. They call you mayor and your board of aldermen and your controller. They're politicians. They're called thieves in reality.
Do you think this indicates aberrant sexual behavior with these monkeys?
I think this young chimpanzee is learning quickly what life is all about. I mean, she must like that. See, this mother is teaching her child about sex and what it takes to please your mate.
Yes, we're at a crime scene in St. Louis Zoo, and there's the yellow line which reserves the police line, and we have two culprits down here who happen to be two red orangutans. And the white...
What crime was this?
A drive-by shooting.
Drive-by shooting.
And there go the culprit. He don't move very fast. If he was in the ghetto, he'd get caught. But anyway, they catch him even in South Lane, St. Louis too, by the way. But down downtown St. Louis, they catch him. And Forest Park, they catch him. But if you come to North St. Louis, they can't find us because we all look alike. You know that's black on black crime in America, okay? Now, if we go in a white man shoot, and they wouldn't shoot somebody, we'd be in jail in 5 minutes. But when it's black on black crime, they can't never find the culprit, or they let him go so he kills another black person. They allow those type of savages to walk around our streets and walk around freely. Yes, here we are in St. Louis Zoo again, and the white man is cleaning out the Sumatran apes, orangutans cage, just like they did with Tarzan and Jane in Africa. And if you bleed out, when they went, it's hard to learn how to call their apes, and the black man lived there all his life and can't call them. And lived down there 5,000 years before the white man ever got there, and he couldn't do it. In Hollywood, something wrong with y'all intelligence in America. Y'all don't have any.
Order! Order! Taboo! Taboo order!
Never happened, Bob.